Hello. Today I want to talk about the Surviving R. Kelly multi-episode series on Lifetime, but I've seen all 4 parts, and I have to say I'm utterly frustrated, saddened, angered, and completely gutted. I mean, one episode is enough, but to see all those women suffer the way that they did, it was this continuous outpouring of sorrow and rage, and it just made me angry. And a lot of times, when I see something that terrifies me, I'm able to pacify myself and go listen to music or look at something else or work or go for a walk and feel better. But I could not shake the feeling of sadness because of all the pain that these women endured. I'm going to just keep it 100. Unless you are or you were a minor that Robert raped, because that's like, keep it real. I don't care if those girls consented. It's rape. They're kids. You can't consent when you're a minor. Nobody, in my view, except for those minors, is innocent. That producer that kept talking about the girls that he saw, you stayed with R. Kelly for years and you never said anything. You kept renewing your contract or whatever business deal you had with him so that you could keep working. And this is why I feel like people are ultimately like incredibly full of shit. They talk about morals and what we should do until you have a mortgage, and you'll do anything to keep your bottom line afloat. A word to the wise, if you're new to this industry or just period, understand that you don't have friends. And this is why it's important for you to learn how to be your own best friend. I really wish that we would emphasize the need for people to love themselves and to know why they're getting into this industry, because it takes a lot out of you. And if you don't know who you are, people will tell you who they are. You will bend and break and twist and turn to become what you think they want you to be. But the gag is, who they think they want you to be is never going to be enough, because they're up in the inside and they're using you as a convenient scapegoat to deal with their pain. It takes a really strong person to look at themselves and say, I'm really messed up, and to take actions to fix themselves without dragging innocent people into their nonsense, which is exactly what R. Kelly did. We're mad. We're disgusted with him. I'm going to say this, if you're a decent person and you watched that miniseries and you saw what I saw and you felt what I felt from the victims, you should never listen to another R. Kelly song again. There are billions of songs out there. There are millions of artists that create good work. Just find somebody else to listen to. The tragic thing about this is that all of this pain could have been prevented. And I don't blame R. Kelly, Robert Kelly, and his brothers for what they had to endure as children with the sexual molestation. A lot of people out there have been abused. So Robert's brother tells him, I've been molested. And Robert gaslights his brother and says, nope, it didn't happen. So that little brother never felt confident enough to go to his mom and say, listen, somebody's touching me. And we have to tell our kids that it's okay to tell us when something's wrong. It's okay to say something that's not popular. And I have to admit, I'm black, so I can only speak on this from a black person's perspective. We're really good at telling people to shut the hell up and to not talk and to stay in a child's place. But how can a child stay in a child's place when an adult won't stay in their place and be the protector of that child? So the rules are done. Staying in your place if you're being violated. Speak up. My mother told me at 6 years old that if I came to her and I said that I was molested, she wouldn't believe me. So I'm not shocked that somebody like an R. Kelly or any of his brothers that might have been molested didn't feel comfortable speaking up, because we tell our kids flat out that anything can happen to you and I won't protect you. I'm just speechless. I mean, my heart is just broken. And I said a prayer for all the survivors out there. Did some reading and found out that the young lady the 14-year-old who was in the the water sports sex video with R. Kelly still deals with him. And this should just let you know just how deep the rabbit hole goes. Like how we don't we talk about putting lives before money, but we don't. We don't. I'm pretty sure her family got paid off. She got paid off because nobody would testify against him in the criminal case. We do it every day. We stay at jobs that aren't right for us. We affiliate ourselves with people that don't treat us right. Excuse me. For an opportunity or for financial safety. And I'm here to let you know that the universe does not give a fuck about your plans, about your goals for financial security. When the universe wants to take you out of a situation, it'll take you right the hell out. And looking back on the times that I put money ahead of my own personal happiness, emotional safety, on that level, and to blow it up and to see like how a family could take hush money so that this man won't get persecuted, it breaks my heart. But quite honestly, it's not fucking surprising. We do it every day. For me, this just watching Surviving R. Kelly is really put yourself first. You're so much more important than what they tell you that's important. If our kids are our future, if we don't want another generation of black men and black women that don't know how to love themselves or each other, we have to give them a voice and make them feel confident. If you don't like something, I'm a safe place for you. You can talk to me. And I'm not going to make you feel bad or rat you out because you said something that was unpopular. If R. Kelly and his brothers could have talked to their family, maybe they wouldn't have become predators themselves. It doesn't excuse what he did, but we have to change the way we raise our kids. We have to get out of this code of silence that quite honestly does not help black people at all. It keeps us sick. It keeps us regressive. It keeps us low vibrational. So we have to give that up. And another thing I wanted to comment on, part 4 of Surviving R. Kelly, they interviewed the juror. He was a elderly white man, very heavily accented. The interviewer asked him, "So why didn't you convict R. Kelly?" And the man goes, "Well, the women, I didn't like the way they dressed, so I just disregarded them. I didn't like the way they looked, so I just disregarded them." And we do that to women and black women all the time. And we have to check ourselves on that. And I have to give the producing team like big ups on communicating this complex idea of how we disregard black women by virtue of their presence and nothing else. The fact that they're there, we're ready to discard them. They haven't done or said anything, we're ready to discard them. In that very, I think it was 10-second, if that, 10-second segment summed up that complex idea very concisely. And I thought that was a really clever way. But we have to ask ourselves why we hate black women so damn much. Why do we hate women? It's killing all of us. It's not helping anybody. But that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Surviving R. Kelly. Great job, Lifetime. And I will be back. See you later.